For many home theater enthusiasts, the quest for the perfect audio experience is a journey of constant refinement. Yes, crystal clear dialogue and immersive surround sound are essential, but some might argue that the foundation of truly impactful audio lies in the lower frequencies. This is where a high-performance subwoofer becomes indispensable, and the Mag Theatron SVB21 with its massive 21-inch driver offers an eye and ear-opening transformative sonic experience. Let's discuss. Before we dig our teeth in, first let's cover the specs. The SVB21 has a 21-inch glass fiber cone with a 97 decibel sensitivity, a frequency response of 19 Hz to 250 Hz, power handling of 1000 watts at 4 ohms impedance, a maximum continuous SPL of 128 decibels, and measures 45 inches wide by 43 inches in height by 19.68 inches deep, while weighing 205 pounds. The SVB21 utilizes a sealed enclosure, a design choice I favor due to its inherent advantage in avoiding port chuffing, particularly when reproducing low-frequency infrasonic content. Now, the real test is how it sounds. And I've spent the past few weeks putting the SVB21 through its paces with a variety of content from some of my favorite action movies. The SVB21 is placed 6 feet behind my main listening position and is driven by a Mag Theatron TDC 3200 watt amplifier, and I'm using a Trinov Altitude 16 processor. I also have 2 Hammer 15 subwoofers, also from Mag Theatron, but in order to find out what the SVB21 really sounds and feels like, I made sure to turn off all the other subs. The first demo we're going to cover is Dune Part 2. Many believe that a subwoofer's sole purpose is to produce earth-shattering explosions and rumble that shakes the walls. While the SVB21 is certainly capable of delivering such a visceral impact like it did during the Paul Atreides final test scene with ease, to me, its true strength lies in its ability to reproduce bass with a level of subtlety and precision that elevates the entire sonic landscape. When the worm first appears at a distance, its movements generate some extremely low frequency sonic details, nearly imperceptible without a driver of the SVB21 scale. Even with the multiple subwoofer setup, These subtle nuances likely remain masked unless you isolate and listen solely to a massive driver like the SVB21. The SVB21 expanded the soundstage with its effortless reproduction of the slightest low frequencies, which tells me that the SVB21 is not just about simply adding volume. It's about adding depth, texture, emotion, and realism. Next up is Top Gun Maverick.
Bombs away! Bombs away! Bombs away!
Bullseye! Bullseye! Bullseye!
Miracle number 2. Now they're in Coffin Corner. We're not out of this yet. Here it comes. Radar warning. Smoke in the air. Phoenix, break right.
Emergency jettison! Dagger 3 defending!
Here comes another one. Dagger 1 defending. Rooster status. Oh my God. Smoke in the air! Smoke in the air! Break right! Payback! Break right! Breaking right! Oh my God! Here they go! Stand on your 6, Rooster! Deploying countermeasures! Negative contact! Dagger 1 defending!
Talk to me, Bob!
Break right, Phoenix! Break right! 9 o'clock! 9 o'clock! Rooster, 2 more on your 6! Dagger 2 defending! Payback, Sam, on your nose! Dagger 4 defending! Rooster, tally!
Talk to me, Bob!
Dagger 2 defending! Phoenix, break right!
I see it!
Dagger 2 defending! Rooster, evade, evade! I can't shake them, they're on me, they're on me! No!
After watching this demo, it made me realize that one of the most significant advantages of a large driver, like the one in the SVB21, is its ability to move a substantial amount of air with minimal effort. And as you can see in these demos, the driver isn't going crazy because it doesn't have to. This means the driver doesn't have to work as hard to reproduce low frequencies, resulting in reduced distortion and increased headroom, which is going to give you cleaner, more accurate bass that can be felt as much as it's heard. This was probably my favorite demo. The missile explosions and cannon fire are rendered with concussive impact. You can feel the weight of the ordnance through the powerful bass and sharp percussive sound effects.
Bullseye! Bullseye! Bullseye!
But what surprisingly stood out for me is whenever the airmen deploy their flares. I'm going to keep using this word, but the subtleness of the audio for the flares compared to something like the sound of the jets breaking the sound barrier and the general sounds of the jets passing by just really stood out to me.
Oh my God. Smoke in the air! Smoke in the air! Break right! Payback! Break right! Breaking right! Oh my God! Here they go! Sam on your 6, Rooster! Deploying countermeasures! Negative contact!
Finally, let's check out a scene from Godzilla vs. Kong that demonstrates both extreme low frequency extension and nuanced sonic detail. Again, the impact of the SVB21 is incredibly palpable. The low frequencies it produces create a physical sensation that enhances the emotional connection to the content being watched. Many times during this extensive action sequence, you'll hear and feel that concussive bass, yes, but there's also moments that are meant to be subtle, like when Godzilla turns around to face Kong and he takes a small step. Or when he smacks his tail on the ground. If you were ground level, you'd no doubt be knocked unconscious by the concussive blast. But here, the director gives us a wider, broader zoomed out angle that doesn't focus on giving us a close-up of its tail. Instead, it's a subtle thump that you'd experience if you were viewing the showdown from a distance and from an elevated vantage point. The SVB21's exceptional low-frequency reproduction allowed me to perceive subtle infrasonic cues in films that were previously imperceptible. Oscar-winning sound designs for movies like Top Gun: Maverick and Dune Part 2 perfectly illustrate the significant advancements in sound engineering, revealing the intricate details woven into modern blockbusters. It doesn't matter if it's a chaotic action sequence with the Shai Hulud or the resonant tones of Hans Zimmer's musical score, the SVB21 adds a layer of subtle immersion that elevates the entire viewing experience. And again, while the SVB21 is absolutely capable of slamming you in your chest, massive drivers doesn't mean it always needs to bring the house down to be effective. It can bring out the most delicate, nuanced low frequencies, allowing you to hear and feel details you never knew existed. And with smaller drivers, moments like Dune Part 2 that call for subtle cues of low bass extension might be a barely perceptible hum. The SVB21, however, can reveal the subtle variations and textures within that scene, adding a sense of atmosphere and depth that enhances the overall immersion. During Paul's sandworm encounter, a moment of near silence is broken by the delicate sound of shifting sand. The SVB21 renders this subtle detail perfectly, amplifying the scene's emotional grip. The ability to bring out subtle nuances during chaotic action sequences is where the SVB21 truly shines. With a massive 21-inch driver, the increased headroom provided by the large driver means that even at lower volumes, the SVB21 can reproduce bass with authority and control that smaller subwoofers just simply cannot match. And it's this unmatched authority that allows you to enjoy a rich, full-bodied audio experience without sacrificing clarity. The Mag Theatron SVB21 is more than just a subwoofer. It's an investment in a more immersive and engaging home theater experience. It's a tool that can reveal the hidden depths of your favorite movies while adding another layer of immersion and emotion that you might not have experienced otherwise. If you're serious about taking your home theater to the next level, the SVB21 is a worthy contender that can deliver a transformative audio experience, one subtle yet powerful low frequency at a time. Alright, so what's the verdict? I'd say so far the Mag Theatron SVB21 is undoubtedly a top tier subwoofer. It delivers exceptional performance in terms of output, extension, and accuracy, and all those subtle nuances I keep going on and on about. But I would like to have an option to include the amplifier inside of the cabinet. I'm not a speaker engineer, so I can't say what the deciding factors are when choosing to have external amps. But the external amplifiers that power the SVB21 are freaking loud. Just having one hooked up is loud. And having two is even worse. Sitting 8 feet behind me in a rack, enclosed, these amplifiers are super loud. And I get it. They've got fans in them to keep them cool, but during quiet scenes, the amps are extremely distracting. At least if there was an option for different fan speeds that ramp up and down depending on the amount of heat being produced, that might make it more tolerable. But I digress. If you're building a dedicated home theater and you demand the absolute best in bass performance, the Mag Theatron SVB21 is definitely worth considering. Just make sure your room can handle this level of bass, and that you have the space for it. So that's my review of the SVB21 21-inch subwoofer from Mag Theatron. Do you have any Mag Theatron products in your home theater? Let me know down in the comments, because I'll also be reviewing the two Hammer 15 15-inch subwoofers that I have in my possession. And if you enjoyed this review, be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
I'm not sure if we're even on the air. This is a series of explosions.